Welcome back for episode 3 of Embracing Conversational Engagement, a mini webinar series. So what we'll discuss today is what core capabilities define conversational engagement. So there are 5 principles of conversational engagement. The first is the ability to orchestrate omnichannel journeys. That's across voice, text, chat, etc. The second is life cycle activity across sales and services, so across the entire customer journey. The third is trusted communications. How do we ensure that both for the business and for the consumer? Next, empowering agents and associates is a key principle of conversational engagement. How we make it easier to be an agent and to be more effective as an agent. And then finally, conversation engagement is defined by enabling data and artificial intelligence. It is a next generation capability. So let's walk through each of these one by one. First, orchestration. Orchestration is about being able to proactively outreach to customers, making it easier to leverage all of the different channels, both for the customer and for the business. For example, being able to send a text, a heads up that a company will be calling you, or a call following an email being opened. The ability to blend and mix channels is very convenient for customers, but it also creates efficiencies for businesses. What's next? Building engagement through lifecycle management. Having one process for enabling engagement at any stage of the customer journey. For example, to be able to assist during sales, or to upsell after service, or to improve retention by calling if there is a churn risk identified. Notice that the conversational engagement software is overlaid on top of usually a cloud platform. Here we're showing contact center as a service, or communications platform as a service, or a conversational AI solution. Next, important for a lot of different kinds of applications, but certainly when you're dealing with sales and people's credit card numbers, is trusted communications. Customers expect you to respect their privacy, so you need to enable trusted communications. It starts with privacy compliance, adhering to regulations like the PCI regulations for credit cards or GDPR for protection of data. It also may entail being able to offer some kind of verification. For example, an SMS notification or a branded call, what's known as stir and shaken. It's a call authentication standard to provide a secure way to validate the caller identity and stop illegal caller ID spoofing. And even more advanced authentication techniques can be used. There's a company called Journey.ai using artificial intelligence that does very sophisticated, trusted communications, and that Acqueon works with. What's the next stage in our conversational engagement ecosystem? The fourth is the ability to empower agents and associates. And how do we do that? By making sure they have the full customer profile as well as the journey information. A lot of companies say, we have CRM, so we have the customer profile. But we don't necessarily, in that case, have all of the different types of engagements that may have been made by that company, often because that information is siloed in different places in the business. So one of the things that a conversational engagement system can do is combine that data either by accessing it in real time from where it lives or bringing it into one place. And the kinds of data is shown here. CRM data, obviously, but also employment data from an EHR, product information, invoicing. You can also think about shipping information. All of that in one place to drive intelligent workflows and help agents and associates to have empathetic conversations with customers. Next, you need a unified data model. So it's interesting, when you start thinking about artificial intelligence and all the great possibilities, it begins with great data. You can't build models. You can't have a unified view of a customer unless you have a data model that can combine and access and integrate everything in a seamless way. So part of a conversational engagement system is federating engagement data. It's the best way to equip your agents, and it enables a company to create smarter campaigns by using intelligent segmentation and to create artificial intelligence models that do some of the things that we talked about in the success stories we talked about in episode 2. Best time to call. You need data to be able to figure out what that is, and a model. Best channel to contact. What has been most successful for this particular type of customer. Propensity to buy or to pay models. All of that requires great data, federated data, in order to create this engagement intelligence. So you do it by federating data from not just CRM, but other sources, including all interaction and attempts to interact with a particular company or customer. So if you put together all 5 of these elements, what you end up with is a system of intelligence that sits between your systems of record, like your CRM system, and your system of engagement, which is the contact center as a service or communications platform as a service. Here, the system of intelligence is going to serve 2 roles. It's how you offer conversational engagement, and it also can help facilitate the transition to the cloud by providing insulation and federation for desktop and analytics. So we are coming to the end of our 3 webinar series, mini webinars. If you came straight to this one, please go back and watch episode 1, How and Why Conversational Engagement Has Emerged, and episode 2, Conversational Engagement Success Stories. Thank you for joining.